Good morning, children. Now, in the last class, I have explained the two methods of heat transfer, that is the conduction and the convection. Got it? Solids and liquids, how the heat will be transferred, that I explained you by doing some activities. So, in one activity, we have used the iron rod or aluminum rod like that and fixed the wax, and other side is heated, then the heat will be moved from one end to the another end. Okay. How do you come to know? Means by falling of the wax. Okay. That you observed in the solids, from one end to another end, heat moved, that will be shown by the falling of the wax. That is what we will call it as a conduction method. And another one, liquids, using round bottom flask, in that water is filled and heated, and later the potassium permanganate crystals are dropped there. Why dropping potassium permanganate there means this is leaving out the purple color there. Okay. When you boil the water, how the movement of water molecules you cannot see. That if it is in a color form, you can see the movement of water molecules. When you heat the round bottom flask with the candle or Bunsen burner, what happens? The bottom of the flask will heat first. Then inner side of the bottom of the water molecules gets heated, and it starts to move upwards. As it is moving, this potassium permanganate crystals are leaving out the purple color. That color also moving in a water droplet, how it is moving. Okay, that you can see it is moving upwards. So as these water molecules are heated and moving upwards, from other two corners, other molecules also come and occupy that area. Okay, so in this way, the cycling is going on. Heated molecules are going up. From the corner, cooler molecules will come and settle down in the bottom. Again, they are heated and moves up. So this cycle is continuously going on until the whole water in the round bottom flask gets heated. Understood? So this is what we will call it as a convection. Okay, this is transfer of heat in liquids. This is the convection cycle. It is occurring in liquids. Okay, that you had seen in the last class only. Now, for the today's class, I am going to explain still more topic about the convection and this heat transfer only. Third method, what we'll call it as a radiation method. Okay. So before that, little bit about the convection cycle, I am going to tell you. So this is related to the topic sea breeze and land breeze. Okay. So sea and land, where they will meet means in the coastal areas. So how there will be a changes in the coastal areas by this convection and conduction cycles that we are going to study here. The people who are living in the coastal areas, they will face a different phenomena there. Okay, what happens there? During the daytime, the land gets heated faster than the water. See, this is the sea. This is the land. Got it? So, in daytime, what happens? In daytime, land heated faster. Land heated faster in the daytime. Okay. Then the air over the land becomes hotter and rises up. Here it is heated, no? So heated molecules, air molecules, they will start to move upwards. Got it? Then the cooler air from the sea rushes towards the land to take its place. See, as they are moving upwards, these are air molecules, they are moving upwards. So these are all moving upwards, no? The sea above, the cool molecules are there. See, cooler molecules. They will come to occupy this area. When these air molecules are moving upwards, the cooler air molecules which are present on the sea, they start to move and occupy this area. That's why these molecules are rushing towards the land, they will feel very cool breeze of air. Okay, since it is coming from the cooler zone, that means above the sea it is cool. Got it? It is occurring in the daytime. So in the daytime, due to the heat of the sun, what happens? The land area air molecules are there, no? They are heated very faster compared to the air molecules which are present in the sea, which are present above the sea. Okay. So as they get heated up faster, they started to move upwards and join in the atmosphere. As these air molecules are going upwards, that area is vacant. So when it is vacant, immediately the air which is present above the sea, no, that rushes towards this area, towards the land. So that will be occupied here. Okay. Then again it is heated by the sun and it moves forward. So in this way, the air breezing from the cooler zone to the hotter zone here. That means cooler air molecules rush towards the land. That is from the sea, it is rushing towards the land. Okay. So that's what we will call it as a sea breeze. Understand? So this is only occurring in the convection cycle, is it not? As hotter molecules are moving up, the cooler molecules come and occupy that area. Is it not? So this is only sea breeze, we will call it. This is a cycle which is occurring in the coastal areas. Okay. So this is in the daytime. What about night time? So in night time, what happens? Okay. So exactly opposite of this one. In night time, the cooler air from the sea rushes towards the land to take its place. The warm air from the land move towards the sea to complete the cycle. This is called sea breeze. Okay. So to receive the cooler sea breeze, the windows of the houses, to see in the sea breeze, what happens? The cooler air will be moving towards the land. So we are getting very cool breezing of air. So that's why to receive that one, the houses will be built by facing their windows and doors facing towards the sea. Like that they will construct. Because they need to get the cool air, cool breeze of air they want to get, means their windows and doors should be facing towards the sea. Like that they will construct in the coastal areas. Okay. At night it is exactly the reverse. Okay. At night the reverse process occurs. The water cools down more slowly. See, water cools down slowly. Water is cooling down in night time. This is in the night time. Water is cooling down very slowly and land is cooling down fastly. Okay. So what happens in the night time? This is cooled already. This is still cooling. Okay. So this is cooled. No, this cool air will come towards the hotter air. See, this hotter air is started to move up in the sky because this is hot. Always hotter air molecules will be lighter in weight. Okay, those started to move upwards. So as they are moving upwards, no, so this area will be vacant. So the cool air which is from the land move towards the sea towards. Okay, cool air from the land move towards the sea. Okay, that is what we will call it as a land breeze. From the land side, the air molecules are moving towards the sea. This is what we will call it as a sea breeze. Got it? Why it is happening? See here, in the night time, these are warm air molecules near the sea, above the sea. They are warm compared to the land because land cools down fastly. See, water cools down slowly. Okay, land cools down fastly, water it is slowly cools down. So when in comparison of both, water is having the warmth molecules, land is having the cool molecules. So warmth molecules start to move upwards to occupy this area. The air molecules which are present on the land, they rushes towards this area. So this is only, we'll call it as a land breeze. So this is also a convection cycle. It is occurring in the coastal areas. Understood, children? This is very important. If you understand this one, next further lessons also you can get it. Okay, you can understand in a better way. That's why I'm telling this land breeze, sea breeze, conduction and convection cycle. These are all very important topics. You have to understand and keep the concept in your mind. Based on this only many questions will arise. Okay. Then when we come out to the sun, come out in the sun, we feel warmth. So how does the heat from the sun reach to us? Okay. So these are all about the convection and convection cycle. Now we are studying about another type of heat transfer, that is about the radiation. To understand this one about, they have given so many examples. About that one example I am telling you now. See, when we come out in the surrounding, okay, we are getting the warmthness. We compare inside the room, how is the weather, how is the atmosphere, how is the climate. Then outside when you come out, we feel warmthness. Why we feel? Because we are receiving the sun rays, the sun's heat we are getting from the sun, and it is falling on your body. That's why we feel warmth there. Okay. So how it is coming from sun to us? There is no way. Is there any way? See, is there any property there or anything, substance, material is there for transfer? No. See, from sun, directly it is falling on our body. Okay. In between the atmosphere, the air is present, that's all. Nothing other solid or liquid is there. Is it not? So, this is what we have to observe. It cannot reach to us by convection or conduction method. For that two methods, we need the solid or liquid. That is also not there between the sun and us. Okay. Then how it will occur? See here, as there is no medium such as air in the most part of the space between the earth and the sun. Okay, there is no medium in between the earth and the sun. Okay, then how it is reaching to the earth? Okay, from the sun, heat comes to us by another process. That is what we will call it as a radiation. Okay, now we will study about the radiation. So radiation means from the sun, heat comes to us by another process known as radiation. Okay, understand, children? See, from the sun, heat is coming to our body, coming to the earth, comes to the earth by another process. That process we will call it as a radiation. There is no medium between the sun and the earth here. Medium means either the solid medium or liquid medium. No other medium is there in the in between the sun and the earth. It can take place whether a medium is present or not. Okay, if medium is not there also, the radiation can take place. When we sit in front of the room heater, what happens? Heater is sending us the heat. Okay, in between, any solid or liquid is there? Nothing. but we are getting the heat from the room heater. In the same way, from the sun, we are getting the heat. Okay, radiation energy we are getting there. Okay, so a hot utensil kept away from the flame cools down as it transfers the heat to the surrounding. See, already I told you, frying pan or any hot utensil kept outside for some hours. What happens? It will surround, the heat will be transferred from the utensil to the surrounding after few minutes. Okay, so this is the radiation. So whichever the hotter objects are there, they are radiating the heat. They are transferring the heat. Understand? That is only we will call it as a radiation process. Okay. So all hot bodies radiate. See, all hot bodies, whether it is a room heater or the sun, all hot bodies radiate. Radiate means they will transfer the heat. Okay, when this heat falls on some object, okay, when it falls on some object, what happens? Falls on objects. What happens? Either it will be absorbed, little bit heat energy will be absorbed. Little bit heat will be absorbed or little bit heat will be reflected or little bit heat will be transmitted. Reflected, observed or little bit will be transmitted. Understand? See, all the hotter objects are radiating the heat. When they are radiating the heat, some of the heat will be observed, some of the heat will be reflected, some of the heat will be transferred. Okay, when sun rays are falling to our body, little bit will be observed, little bit will be transferred, little bit will be reflected. Okay, so in this way, the observed heat will be passing. Okay, so that is why the temperature of the hot object, the temperature of the object after falling, see, heat will be falling, radiation heat will be falling on an object. After the observation, the temperature will be increased. What happens? Object for temperature will be increased. Okay, suppose the sun rays are falling on a plant. Okay, the temperature of the body of the plant is increased. It is falling on a water. So the temperature of water increases. You see, you keep a cold water under the sun. What happens? After few hours, it is becoming warmth. Why it is warm? Temperature is increased because heat is absorbed there. Okay, that is why it is advised to take an umbrella or use an umbrella when you go out in the sun. When you are going out in the sun, what we will do? We will hold an umbrella. Why? Because we have to inhibit that sun rays. We have to avoid that sun rays. How to avoid? By using the umbrella, it will catch hold, it will absorb that heat energy and keep. Little bit will be sent out. Of course, fully it is not trapped. Little bit it will be transmitted to our body also. Okay, that's why it is suggested. Then, kinds of clothes we wear in summer and winter. What kinds of clothes? Clothes in summer and winter. You know already? In summer, we prefer to use light colored clothes. Light means white color, pink color, little light color cloths only we will wear. Why? Because it will absorb less amount of heat. Okay, see the cloths, and in winter we wear dark colored clothes. Why? Because in winter we need the warmthness. We need more heat. That's why if you are wearing the dark colored or black colored cloth means they will absorb more amount of heat. That's why in winter we will wear dark colored cloths. In summer we will wear light colored cloths. That too cotton cloths, because they will absorb the heat and they will absorb less amount of heat and more it will be reflected back. Okay. Then here one activity is given, activity 4.10. So they are telling you to take the two identical tins or cans. Okay, so identical tins means like this, the metallic boxes, steel or the iron boxes, you have to take same two identical tins. Okay, and paint the outer surface, one with the black and another one with the white. See, for black color, I will shade purple. Okay, I don't have black here. And another one for white color shading. Like this I am doing. Okay, painted. So these are the tins. Okay, here black color I painted. Here I painted white color. White paint. Okay, two tins with the metallic surface we have taken. One for black color I applied, another tin for white color I applied. Pour equal amount of water in each and leave them in the midday sun. So here full of water, same amount of water. Here also, same amount of water we have poured and kept in the sunlight for the two midday. After 12 o'clock, you can keep these two tins also outside in the surrounding. Okay, so keep it for few hours. About an hour at least you keep. Measure the temperature of water in both the cans. So you have to see the temperature with the thermometer. Okay, so both the cans, will it show the same temperature? No. You come to know the black colored tin in which the water is kept, no, that is showing more temperature and this is showing the less temperature. Why? Because here black color is observing more. It is radiating more amount of heat. It is observing more amount of heat. That's why the water is showing more temperature. Here the white colored tin is observing less amount of heat and water is heated. The temperature is low. Compared to this water is having the low temperature because they are bad radiators of heat. This is the good radiator of heat. Black. This is good radiators of heat. Okay, so this is the white, bad radiator. Understand, children? Okay, this is very important. Why black and white colored cloths we are using? This is also one of the reason. That only we are showing by doing this experiment. Two tins are colored with a black and white. In that water is kept and water with that whole thing we are keeping in the sunlight for 1 hour. Then you see the temperature of both the cans. Okay. So inside here thermometer you can keep. So make a hole and keep the thermometer inside the water. Then you can find the temperature will be increased in the tin which is painted with black, and here the temperature will be low compared to this. Okay, this is because the black is the better observer, good observer of heat, good radiator of heat. Okay. Then one more activity they are telling, activity 4.11. Here what they are telling, fill the 2 cans used in the activity 4.10. Okay, so you can take the container also black or white color, or tins also you can take. Fill the 2 cans that is used in the activity 4.10 with the same amount of hot with the same temperature. Okay, the 2 cans only we have taken and it is filled with the water. Okay, so kept for 1 hour in the sunlight. That is only we have taken. And that what you have to do, leave the cans in a room in a shade. So these 2 cans we are keeping in a room for another hour. Okay, so what happens? The heat will be transmitted around the room. So now you see, after 1 hour, you see both the temperature, which is cooling down more fastly. That you do and tell me which cools down more fastly, either the black tin or white colored. So this is black, painted with black. This is painted with white. Okay. So you do this one and tell me the black color, it is heated more. Temperature is more. Okay. So that is cooling faster. Or this is white color can, it is showing the little bit temperature less. This is cooling faster. You do this activity and tell me the reason. I'll tell you in the next class what you get the answer for this. Okay. Then this you do it and suggest the reason for this, why, which one is cooling faster and why it is cooling faster. You have to give me the reason. Okay. So then why it is comfortable to wear white or light colored clothes in summer and dark colored clothes in winter. Okay. As already I told, dark surfaces absorb more heat and therefore we'll feel comfortable with dark colored clothes in the winter. In winter, we use dark colored cloths because they will absorb more heat. Light colored cloths reflect the heat more. Okay. White colored cloth reflect the heat more. That's why we'll use them light colored cloths in the summer season. Okay. We feel more comfortable wearing them in the summer with the light or white colored cloths. Got it? Then one more here, woolen cloths keeps us warm in winter. See, woolen cloths. In which season we will wear? In winter. Why do we wear winter? Because they will trap the air in between the wool. Okay, air is a poor conductor of heat. Okay, so this wool is a poor conductor of heat. Wool, it is a poor conductor. It will not poor conductor of heat. Okay, it is not observing the heat more. It is not observing the heat more. That's why we are feeling warmness. Got it? Not too hot also, not too cold also. So weather is very cold. It is not leaving out our body temperature to go outside. Got it? Our body temperature is normal after wearing this woolen cloths. That's why we will wear the woolen cloths in winter season. Okay, the air is trapped in between the wool fibers. So in between the wool fibers, this is the wool means here the air is trapped. That's why we will not feel so cool even outside weather is very chill. Okay, this air prevents the flow of heat from our body to the cold surrounding. From our body, the heat is not transferred to the outside area because of this air is trapped in the woolen cloth. Okay, our body temperature is there only inside the body because of this cloth is upon our body, no? There only it is holding. It is not leaving out our body temperature to mix with the surrounding. Okay. Suppose here one question they are asking, suppose if you are given a one thick blanket in the winter season only, one thick blanket is given to choose. Okay, or two thin blankets they are giving. Which one do you like to wear? Okay, one thick blanket or two thin blankets. Which one do you choose in winter? Either you choose for one thick blanket, if it is where if we are putting one thick blanket in winter, you feel warmness more, or if you put one on the other, two thin blankets only, one upon the other, if you are keeping two blankets, that will be better. Which one do you prefer? They are asking. Which one you feel more comfortable? Okay, so we are telling I will choose two thin blankets. Why? Because see, this is one blanket and this is one blanket. Here the air is trapped. See, air is a poor conductor of heat. Okay, so air is trapped means we will get warmthness. It is not allowing the body temperature to go out. That's why I'll choose two thin blankets instead of wearing one thick blanket. Okay, this we won't prefer. Instead of this one, if you prefer two thin blankets, you will feel more comfortable, more warmthness in the winter season. Understand? So this is about the black and white color observers, and in winter season, in summer season, what type of clothes you have to wear and how the radiation will occur by the sun. Okay, this is all about the third process of heat transfer. That is what? Radiation. Here some extra information they are giving. We often use electricity and fuels like coal and wood to keep our houses cool. Okay, we use fuel or coal to keep it warm in our houses. Okay, is it it is possible to construct the buildings with these type of things? Okay, it is possible. See, nowadays we are getting the hollow bricks. Okay, so in our surrounding, if you construct one more layer of wall with the hollow bricks, we are not getting so much of heat also, so much of cold also. Understand? So this is the end of the lesson. So the next homeworks are the assignments and the classworks will be checked and given in the classes only, children. Anything will be that related to the online classes and the regular classes, they will give you the information in the through the online mode only. You wait for that, and from Monday onwards you have to come and attend the regular school, children. Okay, that will be intimated by the principal to you. Okay, thank you one and all.